Hi everybody, tonight I will share with you how I did my last minute gift for Annie. It's a headband made on the 46 needle machine. You could also do it on the 40, the 44 or the 48 needle. So I grab the yarn, I will cast on the machine, one in the back, one in the front for the first row. There, and then I will crank till I reach 5 rows of waste yarn. What is waste yarn? It's the yarn that will help us to attach our tube at the end to close it. So I will add a new yarn. The new yarn is black. So I don't attach those two together. Just make sure they stay at the right place and no drop stitch. And then I will add some more color with the time. I will give you all the numbers. So to add the color, I just go and put that aside like this and crank and attach those two together with a double knot. I forgot to put the total of the row I use, but at least you have the color change. It's 10, 11, 5, 6, 5, 5, 10, 2, 13, 9, 2, 5. So I repeat, 10, 11, 5, 6, 5, 5, 10, 2, 13, 9, 2, 5. So those are all the color change I did for this one. So if you'd like to have something similar but not in the same color, will end up looking like mine. I did that all with some leftover yarn that I have on, and I have on my table, and actually it was the best because the little girl jacket for a winter was exactly the same color I used for this one. So I will continue like that, and when my work touched the table, I will turn it like a turtleneck like you see right now. So it's time to put our waste yarn. I just have enough for 5 or 6 rows. So when I will end up with no yarn left in the feeder, the machine will release the work by itself. So we'll just go and do the first row, just make sure there's no old, and then I go. So we'll crank till I end up with no yarn in the feeder. And when it happens, it's like magic. The machine will release our project. Turn it a little bit so it prevents drop stitch and release some tension that could be on the needle. So end up no yarn, so I continue crank, and you could see right here, see, it released by itself. So voila, our tube is ready. Will be time to stretch. And as you could see, the camera was flew, but you could see also the color change is on one side. Very important to keep it like this, not on the side but right there. So it's time to stretch. Very important, you never stretch enough. So I have the color change there in the middle, so you could see it now, and it's time to close. As you could see, the tail of yarn is in the middle, but don't worry, it will be okay. I will give you a little trick at the end to grab the tail of yarn. So with the hook number 4.5, I will just go and close the tube like this, grabbing one stitch on one side and one stitch on the other side. And if you're not comfortable with hook yet, I will provide in the video description, check for 5 ways to close a tube, and you will select option 3. It's not the best one, I agree with you, but at least it will give you the chance to create a lot of different patterns till you get more comfortable with your hook. So I will continue like that. I will put that a little bit faster for now, and I will really relax a little bit when I happen to arrive at the end of this row. Could be nice working that fast. So slow down. Very important to grab all the stitches, and very important to use waste yarn that is very contrasting to the yarn project, so that way you could see your stitch better. So the stitch is there, and I need the yarn, the tail of yarn, to close it. So with the wool needle, I will go and grab it and cheat and bring it there. And it worked. It worked for me anyways. I do that a lot. So put that, and this side is the side that we remove the machine with. It's the waste yarn, the second waste yarn that we installed. That's why it's easy to remove like that. But as you could see, my machine catch it like in the middle. It divide the yarn, so it gets stuck like this. And I didn't cut it to show you that it happened to me too. So if it's happened to you, it's not the end of the world. You take a deep breath and you continue. Sometimes you have to cut it. So you check you don't have any drop stitch. Now it's time to make sure that your project is not twisted and it's straight. And we will do the same thing with this side. So as you could see, the contrasting yarn helped a lot to pick up all the stitches. So you grab all your black stitches, grab one side, and then you go grab the other side. So I will pass it a little bit faster from here, because you already seen it on the other side, and it's exactly the same thing. So I continue like that. Those headbands are very, very appreciated to the people I give to for Christmas gift, anniversary, birthday, friends gift, name it. They all get to be happy. I made them a lot on the 46 and a lot on the 40, and people all like them, and they wear them, because I see them when I go to the grocery and meet those people, and they wear that. So that's good. That's great. So as you could see, the tail of yarn is in the middle, but we will bring it on with the wool needle when we get to the end, just like we did on the other side. If you're still here at 7 minutes, can you put a smiley face in the comment, just to give me an idea how long you watched the video. I know it's not the first time that I do this headband, but I did that one a week ago, and a lot of people asked to see it. It's a good thing I've filmed myself when I did it. So I did a little bit of editing today, and voila, it's ready for you guys. Sometimes it's nice to do a project with a lot of color instead of always the same thing. So it's the beginning of the cast on. So the first row need to be removed like this. You remove the first row. You don't pull on the yarn right now. You will do that after you finish pulling the first row. Because if you don't do that, you will end up with a knot. It's not fun. Like this. Pull, pull, pull a little bit. Only the first row. Almost there. And voila. And same thing, arrive here. My yarn divide and it gets stuck. So I have to cut it. Sorry for your eyes. I have to cut it. So you could see the color change inside, but we will put that outside. So when we turn it on the right side at the end, the color change will end up inside. Just to test, to show you, it's like that. Okay, so I put that on the opposite side now again. So the gray side is in the middle for now. And time to attach it. Put two V together, and with the wool needle you will attach those 4 layers. Very important. You grab 1 layer, 2 layer, 3 layer, 4 layer. Very, very important. And keep yourself a tail of yarn loose to be able to attach it at the end, because we're gonna go on this side and we will come back on our sewing. Almost there. I do a little trick now I do those headbands since a lot of time now, and some people was saying it's not comfortable on the forehead because the not the sewing, but the, I don't remember the name, but the part where it's sew, it was not comfortable, it was too thick. So now I do another thing called faux graft on top of it, and no problem now on the forehead. Very comfortable to wear now. So pull the yarn to keep your sewing close. There, and pull again. And now you will do faux stitch. Faux stitch, you got grab one stitch on the side, one stitch on the other side, one stitch on the side, one stitch on the other side, right there, like this. So you continue till you reach your tail of yarn that you start with. That's why I said you will sew it on one side and then come back. So continue one stitch on one side, one stitch on the other side. Keep going. So if you didn't put any little thumbs up yet, can you please put one? And like I said in other video, I always do my best to make one video per week. Sometimes I have two, and my best is to be able to bring one a week. So I will continue that. I do that since 4 years now already. 440 pattern and trick and tip on this channel. So attach it now, and I did in the black, so that way we don't see through. Got it? That, and another one here. Voila, cut the excess, and as you could see, it's done. It's done. Thank you for watching, and see you next week for a new video. And never give up, even if it's tough.